Hey everyone, welcome to Edible Ecosystem Session 2, Cardinal Directions and Light. This is going to be kind of a shorter one because I think everyone should know your cardinal directions and how light affects plants, but just in case. So we're going to go over cardinal directions, how light is plant food, and how light availability matters for your edible ecosystem. So your cardinal directions: north, south, east, west, pretty simple. So the reason that it's good to know your directions is so that you can figure out where your house is oriented, and this will also help you know where your light is and helps you know which plants to plant where. So I'm going to talk a little bit about how light is important. So plants are autotrophs. So this is going all the way back to your elementary school biology class. So autotrophs means that they are able to make their own food. We are heterotrophs, which means we have to get up and go catch our food and eat it to process it to gain energy, where they use photosynthesis to produce energy with light from the sun. And actually, some animals are capable of photosynthesis, like some bacteria and some microorganisms, but that's a whole other topic. If anybody is interested, I'll do a whole video on it if you want. It's super cool. Anyway, so photosynthesis is performed by the plant using its leaves to collect CO2 through microscopic holes called spiracles. And this is how the plant breathes. So the leaves, what they do is they collect sunlight and they take in CO2, and then they use their what's called chloroplasts to create glucose or sugar, or basically plant food. Without sunlight, plants would effectively starve. So while the soil is an important source of water and minerals for the plant, light is a key component to how well your plants will actually grow. And along with that, light requirements are different for each plant. Most edible crops we grow, like tomatoes, corn, or lettuce, or some herbs, those plants usually require a good 8 hours of sunlight. And some other native plants that are also edible don't require that. It takes a little bit of practice, a little bit of research to know which plants require shade and which ones require full light all the time. But a good rule of thumb is that the basic crops that we grow, like corn and squash and carrots or lettuce, they all require a good 8 hours of sunlight. So let's talk about light availability. So with light, each plant is going to be different, but like I said, with most of our edible crops, you're going to want 8 hours of sunlight. Now, the first step you're going to want to take is to figure out how your house is oriented. So, for example, my house is oriented north-south, which means my garden plan is with my taller plants to the north and my shorter plants to the south for maximum sunlight for all of my plants. Now, if I had my tall plants in the east and my shorter plants in the west, with my orientation, some plants would get more sunlight than others because of the shade caused by the taller plants. Now, what you want is an even light for all your crops, your edible ones. So if you're oriented east to west, a good plan is to plant taller plants to the east and shorter plants to the west, so that in the morning your tall plants will get enough sunlight, and then once the sun rises a little bit, all your other plants will also get sunlight. And that's the basics. So if you want to do a little activity, you can basically go out at sunset to figure out how your house is oriented. And if you really feel like it, you could take a picture of the sunrise or the sunset and post it in the comments, because I like photography. So, and the next session is going to be talking about weather. So, I will see you guys next time.